Yo, what is up everyone, Z Karma here, and welcome back to another boring math video here in Borderlands 3. Today we're going to be taking a look at another new anointment, and this time it is elemental critical hits can cause status effects of that element to explode, creating a nova that deals 500% of the status effect damage. I've seen a lot of recent comments asking me to make a video about this anointment, so here it is. In this video I'll be doing a full breakdown of this anointment so you know exactly how it works, and then you can make an informed decision of whether or not to use this anointment. So anyways, before I get into the actual breakdown, if you guys find this informative or helpful in some way, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you want to subscribe for more Borderlands 3 content, that'll be awesome as well. So anyways, let's just get straight into it, and I want to preface this video by letting you know that I have recently made a video about status effects and breaking it all the way down so you know exactly how it's calculated. I'll leave a link in the description in case you guys are interested. So anyways, a real quick explanation. This cutsman has 14,928 as the status effect damage per second. So if I shoot an enemy with this cutsman and then it gets electrocuted, you see dot damage, which is damage over time. It's just going to be damage that is going to keep ticking. And every 3 of those ticks equals to 1 full second. So those 3 ticks add up to 14,928 as shock damage. So just keep in mind with the damage multipliers, depending on what you're shooting, you're going to see different outcomes. And also keep in mind that this scales with your weapon damage, so the more damage you're outputting, the more status effect damage per second you're going to be doing. So with that information, theoretically, if you had that anointment on this cutsman, without any bonuses whatsoever, no skills, this anointment right here would actually provide you with 5 times this damage. So 14,928 times 5, that is the amount of damage that the nova is going to provide. Again, assuming you don't have any skills or anything. So let's put that to the test, and I happen to have this anointment on the Unforgiven. Some of you may think that this is useless because this doesn't actually have an element, but truth is, every single weapon in this game has status effect damage and chance, except that kinetic weapons don't show it on the weapon card. So the way to proc status effects is obviously to give your weapon some element, and you can do it with anointments, but in my case, I'm going to use infusion. Infusion is going to convert a portion of my damage into my action skill element. So 40% of my damage is going to be done as shock damage. So all I need to do is shoot an enemy, apply the status effect as shock, look at 3 of the ticks and just add them together, which would be my damage per second, because again, every 3 ticks is 1 second. There's also a way to already know beforehand, which I've already explained in the previous video, so in case you guys are interested in all of that math, you can go ahead and check it out. But the simple way is just to actually look at it and just use the weapon. So let's go ahead and grab this enemy and apply a status effect. So there you go, 233, 234. So let's just say about 233 damage per tick. And remember, every 3 ticks is 1 second. So 233 times 3 is equal to 699. So let's just say about 700 damage per second. And if we hit headshots, according to this, they may explode, creating a nova that is going to deal 500% of the status effect damage. So 500% of 700 is about 3,500 damage. So let's go ahead and get one of these enemies and try to apply that explosion. There it was. Can we catch it? There it is. 3,503. The 10k is just a headshot. And this anointment for us right now did 3,503. Keep in mind, we're only doing 40% as shock. So technically, this could have been up to 8,757 damage against flesh. And if we were shooting shields, of course, this would be even higher. So now you might think that this anointment is not that great, but really, if you're using a weapon with high dot damage, it can actually put in some work. For example, we're using this cutsman. I just created a build, obviously, and we're using phase cast instead. So we're going to maximize our damage with the cutsman without activating this anointment, and then we're going to calculate how much damage we would get out of this anointment if we were to have it on the cutsman. So let's get this guy. We're shooting this. Then we try to apply a status effect. And there you go. As you can see, we're doing 27k, 26, 27, about 27k damage per tick. 27,000 times 3 is 81,000 damage per second. And then that times 5 is 405,000 damage. So this anointment, whenever it actually procs, will be giving us about 400,000 damage, which is actually quite a bit of damage, especially if you get lucky enough to have many of your critical shots apply this explosion. And as far as I can tell, it is completely random. I've gotten 2 in one clip with the Unforgiven, I've gotten 1, sometimes I don't get any. But just look at it this way, if you can get at least 4 shots of the Cutsman to proc that anointment, then you'll easily get over 1,000,000 damage per clip. And given that I was able to proc this anointment twice on this Unforgiven with only 6 in the magazine, having 4 of those within 20 shots doesn't seem too far off, especially if you have artifacts or skills that will increase your magazine size. So anyways guys, that is going to wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys think about this anointment. Is it something you want to use? Is it something you want to farm for? And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you found it helpful or informative in some way, a like rating is always appreciated. And if you want to subscribe for more Borderlands 3 content, that'll be awesome as well. Hope you all have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.